Hi, welcome. It's Kenny Russell, Bulldozer of Faith, living life in the Spirit. We're on the Planting Seeds of Light tour here in Greenville, Tennessee, in the USA. We want you to know that there are many people that are walking in the Hebraic way of life. They want to get back to the roots of the faith. I'm here this evening with Exie. Exie, how are you today?
Fine.
Thanks very much for joining me. Now, tell me a little bit about your life. What has brought you to the place of wanting to follow the Hebraic roots of the faith?
Well, one Sunday I was in church and we were praising when we were worshiping, and all of a sudden I heard soon, actually, soon. And then I got excited about it. I told everybody, God said soon, soon, and I didn't understand what it meant.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway, about 3 weeks later, my daughter went to this conference, and it was a Hebrew conference, and she came home and was telling me everything about how it's abomination to God, the tree's abomination to God, and we looked it up in Jeremiah
Right.
and everything, and so right away the tree went in the garbage. Everything, I mean, it was quick. We threw everything away that was abomination to God, because I love God with all my heart, and I fear not to do what He wants me to do.
Right.
I don't fear His love, but I would be afraid to worship something or do something that He did not want me to do.
Right.
Fear does set in.
It's amazing what you said there and the importance behind what you said. Many people are challenged with the traditions that they've been brought up in, but your desire, and many people with a desire to please Yahovah, to please God, when they come into the revelation of what is right and what is wrong in our Christian lives, they're just surrendering everything to come back to that place. As you've come back to that place of worshiping Him in spirit and truth and understanding what the Word has to say, do you see a real liberty and joy compared to what you've had before in identifying the importance of the feasts and the commandments?
Yes, and I understand a lot more now too, and I understand how you need the very beginning of the book
Right.
to Revelation, because if you don't understand the beginning, you're not going to understand the end.
Right. And many people are even struggle with reading Revelation in the first place because they think, how can I understand this? But you're right, we have to go back to the book of Genesis. No one would go and buy a book in Barnes and Noble and say, okay, I've got this new book, let's read it from chapter 42. You're not going to do that. You want to read it from the beginning because you want the heart of the author. Um, what type of things do you face when people hear that you keep Shabbat? What do they say to you?
Well, they say that, Jesus died on the cross for us and everything. But I would tell them that He said He was the Word, that He didn't come to do away with it. And it tells you right in there that He didn't come to do away with it, that
Right.
He came to fulfill it. And everything. And I said, if it was good enough for Him, it's good enough for me. And if I'm following Him, I'm doing what He did. And I'm not going to do my own self stuff.
Amen. How long have you been walking in this lifestyle?
About 6 years.
About 6 years. Wow. So when you discovered the group that's happening here, did you meet with other groups before, or?
Yes, I went to. There used to be a little synagogue I went to in Alabama when I lived in
Right.
Mississippi, and then God opened the door for us to move here. The first group we went with was Matthews, and
Uh-huh.
there's Gordon. There's a lot of groups here in Tennessee. There's a lot of
It's
different
amazing,
groups here
isn't
in
it?
Tennessee.
Amazing.
And there's a lot of people here in Tennessee that just meets in their homes
Uh-huh.
and everything, because they're trying to follow the truth.
It's amazing. Many people are trying to discover what is truth. And I want to challenge you today. When you see truth, what happens with your heart? How do you respond? We're just hearing from our sister here that she is responding to obey His commands, to walk in His ways. And you don't feel like you've gone back to religion, do you? Because you're following the
No.
commandments?
I feel more that I'm following God, that I'm doing His will,
Amen.
and I have more peace with myself now.
Excellent. And what's important with what you just heard, what would Yeshua do? He said to keep the commandments. And that's what we want to encourage you with today. Will you follow Him? He says, follow me as I follow the Father, His law. is not done away with. We encourage you to walk with His instructions, with His truth, and experience true liberty. I want to thank you for watching.
Capture